a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right. Thanks so much for spending some time with us here. We got a great lineup for you today, per usual. We've got interesting stories, too. Classical music cuts crime. Check out this story. It's going to be interesting for you to, kind of embrace and listen to that clip we're going to play from the Charlie Kirk Show. Also, a new song hitting the airwaves and really taking over a lot. Oliver Anthony song, #1 most viewed and shared. Richmond, north of Richmond. I'm going to play a clip for you on that to get your thoughts. And also, RFK visits the southern border. Find out what the cartels are doing. It may discuss you. We've got Michael MD, our tech expert, Michael MD with Massive IT on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hacking infrastructure. We've had cases where states are being hacked. Also, he can help you in your local businesses as well here in Tampa Bay. Nick Schriver as well, back in studio, decorating Elves. Certain light bulbs being banned, along with your gas stoves and other technologies that we know and like in the great United States here. But we're going to talk about different light bulbs, also the 5 benefits of outdoor lighting, and some recent stories here coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, save our hotline number. We'd love to connect with you, 727-263-3707. That's an off-air number. You can call or text 727-263-3707. And it really makes our day when we get those calls and we're talking to our audience and getting feedback from you, talking about, hey, can you introduce me to your attorney, to your mortgage lenders, all the different home service providers, PlatinumCoastalElite.com. A plethora of resources, consumerqb.com as well. And a couple of hot listings here for this segment. 11722 County Road 672. This is an awesome listing that we've got in Riverview. Now, could be commercial, could be residential. And you say, well, how so? Well, there's a single-family home here. You've got 19.73 acres, fully equipped farm that's encompassing almost 20 acres, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. So you get a single-family home. You also have an expansive 40-foot by 100-foot warehouse on the property. So you could utilize that. It's also kind of a loading dock for your semi-trucks. And you got citrus trees, farm trees. Beautiful property right here at 11722 County Road 672 in Riverview. Got a farm there, citrus and palm trees, beautiful property available from the Platinum MVP team. 35006 Whispering Oaks in Dade City. This is another real estate listing from our team here. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. Got a single family home, almost 1,800 square feet. Got a great rental property potentially in a desirable Whispering Oaks community as well. Flexible space, 2 additional bedrooms. New roof installed in 2022. Great opportunity there at 35006 Whispering Oaks Boulevard, Dade City. You can see all of our real estate listings, PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down.
So there's a song from Jason Aldean that really struck a chord with the country, went to #1 on billboards. There's also another song that just recently has kind of taken that YouTube route, that you're hearing it on a lot of iTunes as well. #1 most viewed song is this recent Virginia song, Oliver Anthony. Check it out.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for this little pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, the video is really cool, too. Check out the video. He's just standing in a field, got some, kind of country settings behind him, and it's pretty cool. Second verse goes on to say something like he wished they would care about miners, so talking about coal miners, and not just some miners on an island somewhere, talking about the Epstein. So it kind of goes into a lot of different areas, but I really think that song, Richmond, North of Richmond, really embraces the true feeling of, a lot of people right now in America. We talked earlier, Nick, about the economy right now. People are kind of feeling it a little bit with the economy, not a little bit, a lot of it. And, there's this overall theme of like, hey, what's going on? Where's our dollar going? Our dollar's not going as far. So locally, how can we stretch our dollar when it comes to outdoor lighting?
Yeah, well, that's first off, that guy had an amazing voice. That was quite the song, and the first time I've heard it hit a little chord with me, so that's cool. And I mean, I think everybody's feeling it out there, right? Mm-hmm. Especially in our area, they're feeling the heat, and it's not just outside. So,
Yep.
Yeah, so in the world of outdoor lighting, there's a lot of things going on, and some of the things I was going to bring to light today with our listeners was some of the recent changes that have happened with the DOE, the Department of Energy. So I guess we could just jump right into that. So over the last several years, and this actually started back in 2007, but the Department of Energy has been increasing standards and increasing things to make products more efficient and to make products more energy efficient. So the Department of Energy has recently set a new standard for light bulb manufacturers as part of a nationwide push towards energy efficiency. Federally mandated requirements state that lights must now produce more light energy than they use, or at least 45 lumens per watt, effectively banning non-energy efficient halogen lighting and or incandescent light bulbs from production. So that went into effect August 1st, 2023. That was a standard that was implemented back in 2022 and actually dates back prior, and then has had some political changes throughout different administrations. So what also does that mean? The Department of Energy estimates that these rules will save the U.S. consumer close to $3 billion on the utility bill, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Right? And project it will also cut planet-warming carbon emissions by 222 million metric tons over the next 30 years. So by reducing the energy that's being used in these particular products with newer products, we're going to reduce the energy, we're going to do some other things. So what does that mean for the consumer, like for your average homeowner or your average business owner? What that means is it's the incandescent light bulb. And the incandescent light bulb and then the halogen light bulb. The incandescent light bulb is our traditional clear filamented light bulb that screws in to your bedroom, into your living room, into those fixtures, right? Very common. Everybody knows what they are. Well, if anybody's been in the store recently, they probably are replacing those as they go with an LED light bulb. So that would be a light emitting diode. And the reason that that is the thing is, one, the LED technology has started to become very, very popular. I believe it actually dominates the lighting world and the lighting market now. One, because of its energy consumption is so much less, so significantly less. Now, we're an outdoor lighting company. We do outdoor landscape lighting. We do outdoor lighting design. We create these outdoor rooms with light. And we've been using LEDs pretty much like 98% of everything that we do is LED on an annual. And it's been like that for probably 7 years. So, this phase out is kind of been in the works. Manufacturers have known about it coming. Putting the finger on it and saying it's happening on this date is kind of snuck up on us a little bit. But, we've kind of known that these standards were coming as far as keeping up with the industry, not necessarily the end user, the homeowner, people out there.
Let me ask you something on that.
Go ahead.
So yeah, of course, the LED, the technology's there. We've known about that. It's more efficient. It makes sense in a lot of different ways. So is the drawback just the initial cost when consumers are trying to outfit a brand new home and they're buying, I don't know, 40, 50
Yeah,
light bulbs
that can
at
be
once?
a significant upfront cost. So, and this is where dollar in, dollar out, like big picture, like they're supposed to last longer. They're supposed to use less energy. So over time you save money.
Right.
But if you're moving into a house or you're going in to relamp an entire house or relamp a lighting system outside, yeah, there's a significant upfront investment that needs to be made in an LED conversion. So that's something that can be a little bit tricky financially. Obviously, if we're talking about the outdoor lighting system, that's something that we've been doing over the last year and a half with our existing service base and our existing customer base. As things have failed or as things have gone out that are incandescent or that were in these categories, we've taken the time to space that investment out over time and say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, we're going to go ahead and upgrade that to LED because pretty soon they're not going to be manufacturing those lamps, and pretty soon we're not going to be able to get a hold of them. Now, back at the beginning of the year, I had plenty of distributors come and say, hey, we're going to be phasing this out over the next year, so if it's something you want, make sure you get it on your shelves. because we're putting our last orders for this product in. We're putting our last orders for that product in. So we've kind of been aware of it, right? But obviously this is what we do for a living. This is our business. If we're not aware of it, then we're probably not. We should be doing something better or different. But yeah, these are some standards. Now, people are asking, all right, halogen and incandescent are the two biggest light bulbs out there. So that are being affected. So your screw-in bulbs that are directional, which a lot of times are up under your eaves, that are floods, or they go into your kitchens and they're pars and they shine down. A lot of that stuff you go into office buildings, into your front rooms. Actually, the lights that you have that are shining down on your desk right now behind you, all of these kind of directional lights are going to be phased out, and they're going to be, the manufacturing of them is being phased out. So first off, it's not illegal for a consumer to be using those light bulbs. It's not illegal. So that's good. Yeah, no, they're not going to start rapping on your door and kick it in and send you a fine. But what is illegal is to manufacture them and then to put them on a shelf and sell them. So that's where the fines and stuff like that come in. So most of the manufacturers have already quit production. They quit it months ago because they don't mess with that. Like big national brands, they know what they're doing, and they're not messing with that kinds of stuff.
Right.
So as that stuff fails, there's tips and techniques and tricks that need to be going into place. But the biggest thing that most people are going to be looking for is going to the LED conversion, right? So LED bulbs are more energy efficient than traditional halogen and traditional incandescent bulbs. They typically last much longer. They use less energy while producing the same amount of light, and this helps save money over time on your electrical bill.
And I think they're easier on the eyes, too. There's probably studies about that, or have you seen that?
Some of that studies have come out. It's a little bit easier on the eyes. The other thing that doesn't get discussed a lot is they're not as hot.
Yes.
So they do give off heat, which is the driver inside there that changes the electrical current from one to the other.
Yep.
And that gives off heat. But in the older days with the halogen, you go and touch that bulb like you touch the one right here in the studio, and your finger's going to get a blister. It's going to burn, right? But you could do that with LED and not have that. So in a lot of like TV studios and movie studios and a lot of studios where there would be a ton of high-powered lighting, those things would be brutally hot, and a lot of heat was given off. So there's a lot less heat being given off, which means it's easier to cool buildings. It's easier to keep climate controlled. It's easier to do that, especially in our environment here in Florida. Now, there's some northern markets that are going, hey, we really like that heat a certain time of the year. It was really beneficial. So there's been other things that have had to make adjustments.
Yep.
But obviously we're in the southern climate. We're in Florida, and it's rare that we're worried about that kind of thing. So those are some things that kind of happen. It becomes very easy switching over from halogen to incandescent is a very easy switch. Like I've said, there's a very good savings on your energy. It does. A lot of times, this is where the technology has caught up.
Yeah.
For the most part, the technology has caught up. And over the last 15 years, LEDs have gone from something where a lot of people are like, I don't necessarily know if I like that, to the standard. So, new homes, everything's LED. A lot of things are LED conversion. When we're putting in outdoor lighting systems, everything's LED. So a lot of this is that. There's one last thing, and that's the CFL, which is your twisty bulb, is actually also going to be discontinued next year at the end of 24.
Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the 5 benefits of outdoor lighting with Nick Schriver, Decorating Elves, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, an interesting story, classical music cutting crime. It's being used in retail stores, public spaces across the country. And of course, there's a critic that comes out and says, oh, no, that's noise pollution. I'm going to bring you that story from the Charlie Kirk Show as well, coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, stay with us. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at CQB Show, at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram. Of course, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's the Captain, Matt Bruce, and you're listening to my buddy, Brandon Rhymes, a consumer quarterback. Sell, Brandon, sell.
Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, also Livy and Coastal Elite. And we've got a co-listing with our friend in North Carolina, Bill DeVore. It's 530 Heaton Forest Road. We've got a $10 million listing here in the Carolinas. Gorgeous property on the golf course in the luxurious oasis in High Hampton. 11 bedrooms, 10 baths, 10,000 square feet, $10 million listing. Compliments of the Bill DeVore real estate team. KW Professionals in the Carolinas. Also, local listing here, Mandalay, 861 Mandalay Avenue from Lindsay Rhymes, the Platinum MVP team, 861 Mandalay Avenue. Beautiful property on the beach, north side of Clearwater Beach. 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, open kitchen, sleek quartz countertops. Gorgeous property here. You got a charming pergola, 900 square foot screened porch, patio, covered patio. And the best part, you're 200 steps from the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, coming up more with Nick Schriver here, Decorating Elves. We're going to cover the 5 benefits of outdoor lighting with his company, Decorating Elves, here on the program. And before we do, I wanted to get to this. I want to play this clip here about classical music cutting crime in the big cities. And you'll never guess that, of course, there's some pushback on playing classical music outside of stores. So like CVS, some of these malls, they're getting ransacked. You've probably seen the videos online of these guys coming in, hooded guys coming in dressed in all black, and gals too, and they're grabbing purses, they're grabbing everything. So they're trying to do anything they can to curtail crime in the big cities. And check this out.
.com. The strategy has garnered criticism. It's like of all the things that classical music being played in public places. We hate that. It's okay if you defecate. Perfectly fine if you're naked twerking in front of an 8-year-old. That's progress. Classical music, you're a bigot. Drive-by shootings, no problem. Arson, progress. Looting in television, excellent. Classical music, that's where we're going to complain. The strategy has garnered criticism. Some see the use of classical music to deter crime as problematic. In San Francisco, the executive director of the Coalition on Homelessness said the tactic was noise pollution. Listening to the greatest music ever composed that glorifies God and elevates the soul is noise pollution.
And of course, it's going to happen. The pushback's going to come from a San Francisco pundit, I guess you'd call it, executive director of the population there with the homelessness. But yeah, I mean, come on, classical music, can't you figure something else to go after? But anyways, let's go back to the local stuff here. We've got Nick Schriver in studio, Decorating Elves, one of our expert contributors in the areas of outdoor lighting. Of course, during the holiday time, doing a lot of outdoor lighting for the holiday themes and all the lighting projects that you do, Nick. A lot of very interesting Christmas and different holidays. But we're talking about day to day. You know, you see those beautiful homes, especially on the MLS in the real estate business, where you have those twilight shots. You see those trees lit up and just porches lit up, pools, pergolas, all the different lighting. Let's talk about the 5 benefits of outdoor lighting.
Yeah, let's do that. And all of that stuff is really awesome, and we do all that really well. But you want to know what hinders crime really well?
Lighting.
Is good lighting.
Good idea.
Right? So if somebody's really concerned, with crime, with vagrancy, with all of these kinds of things that happen, that are necessarily nefarious or not going well, a great way to just get that out of the way and hinder it is to have really great lighting in public spaces, really great lighting in retail, really great lighting in entertainment type, hospitality venues, and then have really, really great lighting in your residential settings. So if you are concerned, and that is a major concern, and it is for a lot of people, as it should be, if you've got really great lighting on your property at your venue, you are taking probably one of the most significant steps you can take to hindering those kinds of things, especially in the after hours when that stuff kind of likes to hang out and do that. So that is definitely one of our benefits good outdoor lighting, good lighting does, is it does create safety, right? And it creates security. So, safety and security go hand in hand. Safety means that when people are there, they can walk, they can see, they feel safe. Like if they're in public spaces, they can look through a park and see the other side of the park. And if there's somebody or something coming that they don't really want to be participating in, they know how to avoid that. They know which ways to go. They're not going in dark spaces. They're not going into things that may not make them feel comfortable, right? They're not walking into parking garages that are not well lit.
Yeah.
So these are big things. These are great things that we can take on, and we can definitely help with the benefits. So safety, security are all big deals there. Safe passage goes along with that. Those are some of the definite benefits. And then you did a really great job of, letting everybody out there listening know of all the things that we do in the beautification category. making properties look amazing, making those trees look awesome, making the front of that house look really, really, really good and feel good to come home to. And so that's some of the other benefits that happen there, especially in the residential setting, is that you get to come home to something that's beautiful. You get to kind of shake the outside world off when you're having a rough day and come home to your castle, really enjoy it, really see how beautiful it looks, and really get going there. And then there's a value that kind of goes with that. As all these real estate prices are going up, home prices are going up, the value, any of that investment that you're putting into those properties, you're going to be getting that value back. And you'll be getting it back dollar for dollar, but you'll also be getting that back in your usability and in your ability to enjoy that. So right now, actually, we have a promotion that's running through the end of August, right? And we're giving 10% off on all of our outdoor landscape lighting projects through the end of August. Anything that books through this month, that we can install either in August or in September. And so anybody that's out there, all they have to do is when they call in and get a hold of us, they just have to say, we heard you on the Consumer Quarterback Show.
Yep.
Okay. And then let us know. And they can call us in at 1-800-MY-LIGHTS. That's 1-800-MYLIGA or LITES, 1-800-MY-LIGHTS. Or they can look us up at www.decoratingelves. That's decoratingelves.com. Either way, they can find us. And yeah, that's what we have going on.
So a nice offer out there. You got an offer. Reach out to the show hotline as well if you want, 727-263-3707. Call or text. And thanks to Nick Schriver offering that to our audience, Decorating Elves, 727-263-3707. Hey, I would call them, get a quote. Just, hey, look, if it's something you're thinking about doing within the next year, within the next 5 years, just start getting those ideas in place because it's also going to help your marketability when you're looking to sell the property. It's going to light up the home, make it look beautiful. You're going to enjoy it, add to that safety, add to the benefits. Many, many benefits with Nick Schriver, Decorating Elves, on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com as well. And Nick, always a pleasure having you in. Appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Coming up, our tech expert, Michael M.D. with Massive IT. We're going to talk about some of the hacking that's been going on, infrastructure potential. Also, presidential candidate was on Tucker Carlson. RFK is going to talk about the southern border visit. I got a clip I'm going to play, what the cartels are doing down there. RFK clip on the Consumer Quarterback Show coming up here on the break. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.